I remember the first time I left work because of anxiety. I was sitting in my manager's office trying to explain why I needed to go. My heart was pounding, my chest felt tight, and my words just wouldn't come out. I wasn't in danger, but my body thought I was. I saw the concern on my manager's face, and that only made me more nervous. The worst part? I didn't even know why I was so scared. That moment stuck with me, not just because it was terrifying, but because I realized how little control I had over my anxiety. And maybe even worse, I had no idea how to explain what was happening to me. Every time I went to a doctor, I don't know how to explain it. I just feel weird. Also, full disclosure, I was going to stand for this, but I rolled my ankle the other day, and honestly, it kind of worked out because anxiety can be exhausting. It makes you feel like you're constantly bracing for impact, always on edge. So instead of standing up and giving a traditional speech, I want to approach this conversation the way I wish anxiety was approached more often. A little more space to breathe. Kind of like a fireside chat, if you will. Anxiety is one of the most misunderstood conditions. If you've ever felt nervous before a big event, you might think you got it. But chronic anxiety is different. It doesn't wait for a big event. It can hit you in the grocery store or in a meeting or just sitting at home watching TV. It's unpredictable, it's overwhelming, and for many people, it's isolating. I know this because I've lived with it. For years, I've struggled with anxiety, specifically agoraphobia. There were times when even stepping outside felt impossible. Through therapy, making changes in my life, and sheer persistence, I've learned to manage it. And while I don't have all the answers, I do know this. The more we talk about anxiety, the more we understand it. And the more we understand it, the better we can support ourselves and the people around us. So, what is anxiety, really? A lot of people think anxiety is just over worrying, like a bad case of the nerves, but it's so much more than that. That's why I'm kind of rocking back and forth, because my anxiety is getting to me now. It's a physiological response. It's your body sounding the alarm even when there's no real danger. Imagine walking through a dark alley at night, late at night, after midnight. You hear footsteps behind you. Your heart starts racing. Your breathing starts getting shallower. Your body is preparing you to fight or run. Now imagine feeling that way in a coffee shop, or sitting at your desk, or waiting to fall asleep in bed. That's what anxiety can be like. And the thing is, it's not the same for everyone. Some people have panic attacks, heart racing, the chest feeling tight, feeling like they're dying. Others avoid social situations altogether, or they constantly second guess everything they do. And for some, like me, it can make life really bad. Nobody understands. There's no way to have anxiety, and that's part of why it's misunderstood. Everyone is different. My experience, I'll let you know about me. For years, anxiety controlled my life in ways I didn't even realize. It wasn't just about feeling nervous, it shaped my decisions. It told me where I could and couldn't go. It made every day just terrible. It feel impossible. Trying to talk to a manager, trying something new. Even the simplest choices that I've done countless times over and over again. There were days when I physically couldn't leave my house. Even when thinking about stepping outside, it made my chest tighten up. It wasn't logical, and I'm a very logical person, so it didn't make sense. And it didn't make it any less real. I wish I could tell you there was one big thing that changed everything. That I found some secret fix. But the truth is, it was a lot of small steps. Therapy helped. Changing my job role helped. Just pushing myself little by little helped. Educating myself. What is agoraphobia? Maybe that's not what I have. Because it's different for everybody. One day I realized something. I haven't had a major episode in weeks, and then a month. And that's when it hit me. I was making progress. I even told my boss at work I was making progress. Not because the anxiety was gone, but because it isn't controlling me the way it used to. Alright, so here's the problem. People don't talk about anxiety enough. Or worse, they talk about it in the wrong way. How many times have you heard someone say, just relax, or you're overthinking it, or you just need to lighten up? That kind of thinking makes people feel like their anxiety isn't real. Like they should just be able to switch it off. But if it were that easy, don't you think we would? The truth is, when people understand anxiety, they're able to offer real support. Workplaces can be more accommodating. Schools can create safer environments. Families can communicate better. And sometimes just having someone acknowledge what you're going through can make all the difference. So what can we all do? This isn't just about those of us who have anxiety. It's about all of us. If you don't struggle with it personally, chances are you know someone who does. So here's what I'm asking. Start the conversation. If you deal with anxiety, talk about it. Whether that's with a friend, a coworker, or you're just reflecting on your own experiences. And if you don't take the time to listen, educate yourself. Challenge misconceptions when you hear them. Because the more we talk, the more we understand. And the more we understand, the less alone we all feel. I want to leave you with this. Remember the story I told you at the beginning? That moment in my manager's office where I was overwhelmed? I could not explain why. If that same conversation happened today, it would be different. I would know what's going on. I may not have every answer, but because now I understand it, and I'm aware. Let's create a world where talking about mental health is as normal as talking about physical health. Because anxiety isn't just in our heads, it's real, it's valid, and it's something we can face together. Thank you.